What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one. And I just watched a movie called The Companion, starring Jack Quaid, Sophie Thatcher, and Rupert Friend. Why would you already have the last name of a cartoon character. Why would you get Rupert? It's cruel. It's very cruel. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. There will be no first of all.
Why? Why not?
But I will say this. I've been going to these movies and seeing these trailers for like the end of January and the beginning of February. And I've noticed one thing, usually around this time, Valentine's is coming up. Yeah, Valentine's should be just coming up. Yeah. And, that's not coming up. It's a little later on. Anyways, usually we see a lot of romance movies and rom-coms and, sappy cry movies going on, right? But this time around, we're getting some interesting ass movies coming around. We got some violent, different type of romance Valentine movies. And I appreciate that. And I really want to see where that's going to go. Where is this going? All right. Is this going to mean something? We'll see. We're going to see. We'll keep tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'll stay tuned for you. All right. The Companion. For those who don't know, for those who are not aware, honestly, man, I can't blame you this time. I can't blame you with all the projects that Jack Quaid's got going on and, are about to happen and the ones that are already in progress. You might have thought this movie was Novocaine or something else that he was doing because he's doing so much. The man is multi-man. He's the multiple man right now. He's everywhere. He's droopy. All right. So I'm going to let you pass this time. Just this time. The Companion. It's pretty much about this guy, which I forgot to get the exact name, remember it, but it's all right. Jack Quaid, played by Jack Quaid, who has purchased a companion, a android companion. And I'm going to talk about that a little later on, or how that was not something I was aware of, but we're going to discuss that later on. It's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer. It's in the description. Everything. You can't miss it. But he has his companion. This is robot companion, right? So they're about to go meet his friends in a little log cabin, this little condo they got somewhere out there in the woods or whatever, right? So they get up in there and, the friends, they all they meet and greet, and they're having a good time, and everybody's doing their thing and enjoying themselves until one of their weird friends that they have, who's a Russian guy, he does something out of line that they kind of knew he would do. And, his companion decides to take care of it in a permanent way. All right. And now there's a whole fiasco going on here. And it kind of gets pushed out there that, she's more than just what she thinks she is. And that's the premise of the movie. Positives. I had no idea like I said earlier, I honestly had no idea this movie was actually about a robot servant that a guy purchased. And it's in a world where this is actually a thing, or the future, or whatever. This might be like a decade from where we're at right now. I don't even know. This could be the future. This could be the future, very well. So I had no idea at all. And so going into this movie, into watching this film, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking at everything, and when I finally get to see detail of what's going on, I catch on to the surprise and the shock for me. I'm like, oh, it's that kind of movie. I thought it was just like a sick love drama / dark comedy going on here. No, it's a lot more than that. This is a truth on our world, on our future. This is a truth on us. I'm going to get to that a little later on too. But because I didn't know, it made it a lot better for me. Now, maybe some other people picked up on that and read the description of the movie. I didn't do that.
Because we're smart.
I watched the trailer, and when I saw the trailer, I didn't get the fact that she was not actually a real human being. I just thought that she was, a victim. I thought she was being kidnapped. I thought she was being kidnapped, and she fell in love with her kidnapper. And there's a word for that. It'll come up on the screen in a minute. Okay? But I basically just assumed that was the plot. All right? But when you figure out what it really is, that makes this movie a whole lot better in that aspect. So I do appreciate that. Second positive. The concept versus reality. Like I said earlier, this could possibly be our future. This could be something that we're going to go through in the future, because we will not stop. We will not stop supporting AI right now. In the past, we've made all these movies, Terminator, AI. It's just all these movies about us making robots more human than us, to the point where they're smarter than us. We don't want that. We don't want that to happen to us. You do understand that. Stop warning yourself, and then you proceed to feed into the AI culture. I as you know, I am 100% against AI. I don't care what you think. I'm 100% against it. I would never use it in my videos. I don't care. I don't care. I don't trust it. I don't like it. But the way that it pertains to the movie is that, yes, you get a lot of these videos talking about these androids and the robot woman with the bald head and the little tubes in her head on the talking like this all the time, and that is creepy as hell. Do you really want that? Do you really want that? Because it's not exactly like that in the movie, because she's completely human looking. Of course, they're actors and actresses, but at the same time, it's the whole sex doll thing. If this is a real thing, it really would be going on, and it'd be $1 million business. It kind of already is, but it hasn't gotten to that point yet. And when it gets to that point, it's going to get really scary. It's going to be too late. It's going to be too damn late, man. So that's my whole point with that. Like, watching this movie just made me realize just how horrible we are as a people. How idiotic and stupid we are for falling into this. Falling into this trap. All right? And we shouldn't do it. We should not do this. I warn myself, I warn my fellow humans, please stop right now. Please stop this. Because the movie is telling so much of the truth. We already have a huge corn addiction and we got all these sex addicts, and you want to make this into reality. Another positive. The violence level is at 9,000.
Over 9,000.
And I'm sorry for the bad Dragon Ball reference, but Dragon Ball Z to be exact. It really is, and I highly appreciate that. You know what I think about violence in a movie, that where it actually makes sense. Violence in any movie, it's just a very interesting part of a film. Violence, even if it's for no reason. You know, I'll accept it to a point, but if it goes past that point, that doesn't make any sense in a movie that doesn't need it. Okay, stop. But in this one, it most definitely was put in at the right times. And it made it interesting. It made it more than what I thought it originally was going to be. I knew there was going to be some kind of, something going on in this movie. Before I knew about the androids, I knew it was going to be some kind of hurt or violence going on, but from the trailer. But to this level, no, not at all. Not at all. So much blood. So much blood in this movie. Relentless. One of the characters walk around the entire movie with blood on them throughout a majority of the film. So, yeah, there's that going on. Last negative. Sorry, again. The comedic timing in this film is genius. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't underdone to make it just completely, totally serious, which they could have done that too, to where it was a totally serious, no nonsense movie. They could have done that too, but would it have been as entertaining as it was? Not at all. So I really appreciate the jokes when they were put in, when they were not, they were taken out, when they decided not to joke around. It was just at the right time, the right comedic timing for the film. Okay, and you got the right actors and actresses to portray this. Some things I did not need. Some characters I didn't need. Well, whatever. All right, whatever. A good thing was having Jack Quaid, because Jack Quaid seems to know his comedic timing. I mean, having his uncle be who he is, I would hope he does, because his uncle's a funny one, and now I think Jack Quaid is the other funny one. I've never seen Dan Quaid do anything funny at all. He maybe said something funny for a couple of seconds, but that's about it. All right, but in this film, thanks to Jack Quaid, we get a lot of that. We get a lot of other awkward scenes from the other characters, the other supporting actors and actresses. That also helps to be funny, but a lot of that is the things that are all around Jack Quaid. So kudos to him. All right. Negatives. There are certain things or devices and levels that you can set these companions at in the movie. There's a phone remote control, phone controlled device that every owner uses to set the mood and the levels for their robot, right? So you can make the robot stronger, as smart as you want. Well, to a point. 100% is a certain intelligence ability of whatever they said in the movie. So it's not like they're going to be a child prodigy, but they are going to be very smart, smarter than average. All right, stronger than average. That's the aggression button. The aggression button. So my question is this: why didn't, when a certain person had the chance to, I'm not gonna say how they got that chance, to control their own strength and intelligence, why didn't they make themselves 100% aggressive? I don't get it. And they do make them 100% intelligent at one point. But aggression, I never saw that dial turned up. And that would have made a lot of sense to do that. I'm sorry. That made a lot of sense to do that. But she didn't do it. She did not do. She refused. Not refused, but they just didn't make the character think, oh, let me turn this up so I can actually have a fighting chance to do this, man. It's just weird to me that was not a choice. Sorry.
Don't cry now. Come on, man. Don't cry now.
Why weren't the cops in the film given cyborg partners? That would have made so much sense, given the world they live in. You already know these exist. You know companions exist, right? Or does none of the world know this? I don't understand. I think maybe the rest of the world had no idea that there are a such thing as companions. Was this something only rich people knew? It didn't explain any of that, because there's a scene where the cops approach the characters. And when they find out that these are more than just human, or that certain person, it's kind of too late. It's a little too late for that. It's a little too late. They're not ready. The cop is not ready for that. And you think in that world that they would have this already set up to where they would have a partner who's a cyborg, or they'd have some kind of weapons that they are armed with, or detectors to know if this person is a cyborg or a human, or some kind of questioning tactic that they ask the perp to find out, are you human or not? That makes a lot more sense than how that all went down. Just saying. It was odd and weird that would even be a thing. We hope we'd be more prepared in this world. If they're not, then we most definitely don't need this type of thing happening in real life. We don't need this being a reality if you're not prepared. Like this cop was not prepared. All right. Last negative. Her owner made the worst damn decisions in the world. He to be a seemingly smart guy, he really wasn't.
Dum 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 dum. You big dummy.
I'm saying, look, there's a scene where they have the said companion tied up in the other room, right? Him and some other girl decide to have a conversation all the way into another room. They walk all the way into another room, leaving a companion unattended unattended for that long. Now, can you just imagine what the companion did? What do you think she did? What do you think? I'm not even gonna say because I don't, I don't spoil nothing. You use your imagination. All right? Use your imagination. Why would you leave the damn room that long? Another example. Sorry. There's a scene towards the end, which I'm not going to give too much detail away. Let's just say that when you buy a product and you think there might be a point where you need to do a certain thing to that product because, of an emergency or, something might go wrong. Why would you not read up on that product? Why would you not have the manual, the book, something to that product and read it like the Bible, up and down, to know what you should do? Ask questions. You should ask questions about things like that, especially things that complicated, all right, and not high tech. You want to ask questions, man. You really do. You really want to ask some questions. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay? But I still going to give this a hell yes. You need to see this. If you haven't seen this yet, please go see this. I didn't expect them to have a good one this early, but this is a good one. This is actually a good one. And a shocker to me. Press that like button. Share. You know what you better do.